Hey everyone! Welcome to Update X24H, your go-to channel for the latest news, hottest dramas, breaking stories, and all the buzz from the world of entertainment. We're here to keep you updated, entertained, and always in the loop. Hit that subscribe button and join our growing family, because here at Update X24H, we bring you the news that matters, the drama you love, and the stories you can't miss. Thanks for being part of our community. Let's stay connected, stay updated, and keep the good vibes rolling. Less than a month after their wedding, Yulong and Mei Mei sat in front of both families. Not to announce a divorce, not to confess to a scandal, but to share a decision so unexpected, it changed the direction of every life in that room. Tonight, on Update X24H, we are not talking about cheating, broken vows, or messy rumors. We are talking about something much rarer in the world of fame. Backhand index pointing right, a young couple who chose truth over image. Backhand index pointing right, family over fame. Backhand index pointing right, and a love brave enough to face the most painful. What if a parent can hear? Stay with me, because what Yulong and Mei Mei decided to do next did not only stun both families, it may also make you rethink what truly matters in your own life. Less than a month after their wedding, when most newlyweds are still choosing curtains and planning short holidays, Yulong and Mei Mei were walking into a press room filled with cameras and flashing lights. It did not look like a celebration. It looked like a test. He was not dressed as the glamorous actor people were used to seeing on billboards. No designer jacket, no polished red carpet smile. Just a plain shirt, sleeves pushed up, the kind of clothes a man wears when he has spent too much time in hospital corridors. Mei Mei sat beside him, supported by cushions, her hands resting gently over her 3-month bump. Behind them, both families sat together in one row. In many Asian cultures, that image alone is powerful. Two families, once strangers, now bound not only by marriage but by whatever news was about to be spoken aloud. Sociologists often say that in East Asian societies, family honor and harmony are placed above individual comfort. You could see that tension here, love and fear sitting side by side. Before any journalist could speak, Yulong bowed deeply. "We are not here to protect our image," he said quietly. "We are here to protect our family." Yulong took a small white envelope from his pocket and carefully slid out a black and white ultrasound image. The tiny outline of a forming life, still fragile, still fighting, appeared on the screen for everyone to see. "This is our baby," he said. "Already 3 months with us." Then came the truth that turned the room cold. Doctors had found signs suggesting their child might face a serious condition, one that could affect the baby's development long term. Around the world, obstetricians call this a high-risk pregnancy, a situation where both mother and baby require closer monitoring, more scans, more uncertainty. No doctor could offer clear promises, only possibilities. The child might grow differently, might need extra care, might face challenges that other children do not. In that moment, both families were not thinking about fame, ratings, or careers. They were thinking about hospital visits, long nights, and the quiet fear that every parent understands. "Will my child be all right?" "We have decided," Yulong continued, "not to treat this baby as a secret or a shame. Whatever happens, this child is ours. We will love and protect them for as long as we are given." For a few long seconds, no one moved. Reporters lowered their microphones. The only sounds were soft breaths and the faint hum of air conditioning. In many families, news like this can divide people. Some may look for someone to blame. Others may retreat into silence. Psychologists call it shock response, the brain freezing before it decides whether to fight, flee, or shut down. Mei Mei's father, a man known among relatives for his strict standards and old-fashioned ideas, removed his glasses and pressed them against his forehead. Her mother tightly interlocked her fingers, as if holding herself together. On Yulong's side, his parents looked as though someone had quietly pulled the floor from beneath their feet. All their imagined futures, first steps, school photos, proud graduation days, suddenly felt uncertain. Then Mei Mei spoke. Her voice was soft but controlled. "I know this is not the future any of you pictured," she said. "But running from the truth will not change it. I do not want to hide and pretend. I want to walk through whatever comes, with all of you beside us." Slowly, her father stood up, walked behind her, and placed both hands on her shoulders. "If my grandchild must fight," he said simply, "then we will fight too. One by one. Hands reached across the invisible line between his family and hers. In that moment, they stopped being two sides and became one circle. What stunned the media next was not only the baby's condition, but the decision Yulong announced about his own career. In modern entertainment industries, whether in Hollywood, Seoul, Tokyo, or Beijing, careers are often built on constant visibility. Publicists and image consultants teach that disappearing from screens for too long can mean losing relevance. Yulong looked at the rows of cameras and said, "From today, I will step back from most of my work. I will not take on any project that stops me from being present for Mei Mei and our child." He explained that they had already met with their management teams. They had requested lighter schedules, fewer public appearances, more privacy. Not because they wanted to escape, but because they needed to rebuild their daily life into something survivable. Health experts often remind us that chronic stress, lack of sleep, and long working hours can increase risks in pregnancy, affecting both mother and baby. Looking back, Yulong admitted that Mei Mei had been working through exhaustion for months. Early call times, late-night shoots, constant performance for cameras. Now they were choosing something radical for public figures. Slower days, regular medical visits, quiet meals at home, and space for rest. For many viewers aged 35 to 75, who have juggled jobs, families, and health scares, this choice felt deeply familiar. The moment when you realize success must sometimes mean stepping back, not running faster. Then came a surprise no one had predicted. Instead of disappearing into private silence, Yulong and Mei Mei had decided to transform their experience into something that might help others. Around the world, countless parents receive similar news during pregnancy, yet many suffer in silence, weighed down by guilt and fear of judgment. "We discovered we are not alone," Mei Mei said. "There are many families walking this same narrow bridge." Together with doctors, counselors, and a small group of parents raising children with developmental challenges, they had begun preparing a project they called One More Heartbeat. It would not be a charity for publicity, but a practical support network. Their idea included 3 pillars: emotional support, small online groups where parents could share stories without shame, reliable information, medically reviewed resources in simple language, cutting through internet rumors, modest financial help, travel vouchers or small grants for families needing to attend regular hospital appointments. Health researchers often highlight that social support is one of the strongest protective factors in difficult pregnancies and long-term caregiving. By speaking out, Yulong and Mei Mei hope to reduce isolation. "If our child's struggle can become a light for someone else's darkness," Mei Mei said, "then their life already carries meaning." As the conference neared its end, a journalist asked the question everyone was thinking: "Are you not afraid this will damage your career?" Yulong did not rush his answer. "For many years," he said, "I believe success meant being everywhere, every channel, every event. But what is the point of shining outside if the people you love are breaking inside?" He described waking up at 3 a.m. to find Mei Mei sitting on the edge of the bed, holding her stomach, not from physical pain alone but from worry, wondering whether she had pushed herself too hard, whether the long days had contributed to their baby's condition. Studies in maternal mental health show that anxiety and guilt are common among expectant mothers facing complications, and that a supportive partner can significantly buffer those feelings. "I cannot change the past," Yulong continued, "but I can choose the husband and father I become now. I will not walk behind her as a shadow that only appears when the light is good. I will not walk in front as pressure she cannot carry. I will walk beside her as her shield." The phrase spread quickly online, not as a slogan, but as a quiet standard many viewers wished more partners would live up to. Watching from living rooms in the United States, South Korea, Japan, Australia, France, Canada, and across Europe, many viewers realized this was more than a celebrity update. It was a deeply human question presented through famous faces. When life changes suddenly, what do you choose first? Your public image or your people? Family therapists often say that crises do not create our character, they reveal it. In less than a month of marriage, Yulong and Mei Mei had already been asked to make choices some couples never face in a lifetime: accept uncertainty, confront fear together, and define love not by perfection, but by presence. They did not choose an easy story. They chose an honest one. They chose to accept a child whose path may be different. They chose to ask for help instead of pretending to be untouchable. They chose to let two families grow into one, not through celebration alone, but through shared vulnerability. Perhaps that is why their story resonates with older viewers who have lived through illness, loss, and unexpected turns. It reminds us that one of the bravest things we can do is to stand together, and to keep loving, even when the future refuses to give guarantees. If this story moved you even just a little, I warmly invite you to stay connected with us here on Update X24H. On this channel, we do not simply chase scandals. We explore the real hearts behind the headlines, stories of struggle, courage, mistakes, healing, and second chances. Backhand index pointing right, please remember to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and share this video with someone who may need comfort, perspective, or simply the reminder that they are not alone. Thank you for watching, for feeling, and for thinking with us. This is Update X24H, where every story is more than drama. It is a reflection of what it truly means to be human.